Hello everyone, this is Amir from Audio Science Review. This is the second episode on Inside Your Music, where I look at high-resolution audio tracks and examine what's in them and see if we're getting our money's worth when we buy high-resolution audio. For today's episode, I've picked a track from B&W's download service. Yes, the same speaker manufacturer, but I also have download service, and when I was searching for this music, they were the only ones that had it. The band is the Lake Poets, and the album is live from the Minster. As you can see here, it's a FLAC file format, 96 kHz sampling, 24-bit samples. So given 96 kHz sampling, one imagines that it has content all the way up to 48 kHz sampling. So as usual, let's go pull this into Adobe Audition, my audio test application, and play this track and see what we see in the spectrum analysis. Before we get there, let's just look at the amplitude action. We see that there's plenty of air in here. It's not heavily compressed from loudness point of view, plenty of headroom. It's a live recording. So imagine they were careful in leaving themselves some headroom. Towards the end, it gets a little dicey here. I don't know if that's an applaud or something else. But the music itself is nice and free from loudness compression, visually examining it. So let's go ahead and play that and see what happens in our spectrum display, which as before starts from 0 Hz and goes up to half the sampling rate at 48 kHz. So right away we see a problematic peak in here, idle tone, right around 47 kHz. As I've explained before, I suspect these are scan rate of computer monitors bleeding into the analog to digital converter in the recording chain. And there's also one over here that's lower in frequency. That might be an ultrasonic alarm, I don't know. But neither one of these obviously is part of any natural music, because we can see the music has this nice exponential drop off in here, and it has no business having two pure tones that are obviously mechanically generated or electronically generated. Let's keep playing. So as the music plays, obviously this beacon's still here and still problematic, but we also notice a secondary problem. Look at this hump in here in the noise floor. This is typical of some kind of noise shaping that was going on. Let me pause this so we can talk easier. Some kind of noise shaping that was going on. It's happening right around 22 kHz. Some feed in here. You know, it may be a mix. It may be some device in the chain is actually running at much lower sampling rate that was mixed in with this. Whatever it is, it's not natural. It's not good. Should have been examined. Should be eliminated. You know, the levels are pretty low at you know, minus 90 dB or so, but it's still not good. Clearly see it in here. Examining how much actual music content we have, we see that this noise floor also jumps up and down correlated with the music. So we have this much, but right around here I think we drop off as far as usefulness in here. Knowing that a lot of audio that goes with video is 48 kHz sampling, my sense is that this is really originally from 48 kHz sampled digitizer, and this was the, you know, noise floor as it sort of went up in that analog digital converter. It was then upsampled to 96 kHz in the audio workstation for mastering whatever they did, and then they just released it at 96 kHz even though the original sampling rate possibly had been 48 kilohertz. So this should really been released as 48 kilohertz, staying true to the original sample rate as opposed to increasing the sample rate artificially. What I can't figure out is why this got in here. This tells me that it was recorded, something was recorded at 48 kilohertz to have captured this. Regardless, we're being fed half the file size. It's just total garbage together with a pure, very high frequency with respect to hearing range tone that was sent out. So another disappointment. We look in here, we can see these horizontal lines in here, some traces of them here, even well into the audible band. Any horizontal line, as I said, is sort of invariant of music. Music never has such deterministic tones in it, pure tones that would show up in this heat map as horizontal lines. So, you know, is this really high resolution? It's better than CD, goes above 20 kilohertz, but clearly we downloaded a whole bunch of junk in here, and disappointing that no objective analysis was done and sources of these problems identified and excuse me, workflow optimized. Something I'm going to add from here on to tell you that subjectively, I just played this music on my main system and it sounds superb. So, you know, proof that we don't really hear all this garbage that's up here. So I don't want to dissuade you from downloading this track and enjoying it. Just, you know, if they have a choice of lower sample rate, that would be my recommendation to pick as opposed to going with it. Okay, talk to you guys later in a future video. Again, this is Amir from audioscience.com. Bye-bye.